hello, hello. Yeah. Raspy voice. Yeah. And I can't talk about why. Nope. Why I'm sleeping 14 hours a day? Nothing. Okay? Walking down the road, had to get some air. Was not allowed to even entertain the idea until after I finally got some communicata going. And then I had to wait, can't say much about that, and then green light, go now. And at that point, I was ready to. So this air that I'm breathing and this walk is more appreciated than it used to be in different points of my life. I always enjoyed walking and getting air, clearing your head, but this is like, since I've come to Washington State, so the beauty of that, okay, is in the Capitol, there was nowhere to walk. And now on the 19th, like I said in writing, I can go ahead and fill in all the gaps here, explain things, and put it in writing. We can even have fun with this, get creative, do PowerPoint shows with different, see, I don't have words, different things that pop up on the screen. Get some PowerPoint going. We're going to get DC discussed for once and for all because I have the clear to do it however I like. There's only about, and I can say this, it's clear, about under 10% of what I witnessed there can I not talk about. I witnessed a lot of shit there, dude. Even to this day, there's stuff that the good guys are like, please don't talk about it. No, it's not up to me, dude, okay? It's not up to me to not discuss it, okay? So I know that. There's things I witnessed that I'd be a fucking complete neon-colored scumbag to put on the internet. This is my family, the good guys, okay? All right, so we are clear on that. But in Washington State, when I feel upset by the times I've been filming, so these dates that I've been walking, it's clear, go. I couldn't before. No, I've been basically, factually, circumstantially cooped up in that room. I didn't have a choice. Once again, who do we think for that? The good guys. And I'm glad I put in writing about the sisters, the women in the military and law enforcement, because they know that I'm not them. Okay, so when I say have the chief of police at Port Townsend Police Department, who I on parade support with banners and stripes and trumpets, I support them. Don't even worry about it. When I say, oh, have the chief of police do it. So if they have some women, not all their female officers, but some women in their ranks that are able to go up to these certain people in town and take their cell phones and their guns away, then go ahead, okay? But it's not Heidi doing it, and so I do, in that respect, I fall into the girl category. I'm all girl, but not really, because my sisters know what it was like for me in the Capitol trying to be a girl, wear a maxi pad through all that every month. Hello. And I don't forget, and that's coming up on the PowerPoint, everything typed, written. Let's get creative. I mean, every last way you can expose and discuss what happened in the Capitol. We are doing it, and we're going to do it from Port Townsend. So I'm here for a minute or two. Remember I said maybe up to 2 years. That's what I mean. Look how pretty it is. Like, yeah, like, hello. No, DC didn't have this. Okay, so remember, be really grateful. Look at this. That's all the San Juan And then you go further, it's Canada. It's gorgeous. And then past that is mountains. It's gorgeous. So no, when I got upset in DC, I couldn't have left. No, I was literally in there for 6 years. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to tell the public these sort of things they've been assuming or have figured out. But there's still some questions that have not been answered. So they will be answered now as of January 19th. And on the 19th, I finally got, we're going in here. I finally got, I think I'm going to do a couple of these videos and upload them just to span out the minutes and the data upload. On the 19th, I finally got my biological mother to speak to me. It had been since Sunday. The only words spoken were, "Where's the mail?" And then out of nowhere, barging in my room, "What time?" Jesus wants me to say what time that happened. It was like mid-afternoon. I had woken up at 1. It was around 3. It was really weird. I haven't had anyone barge in my room. I can't talk about it. See, it's a huge no. Stop fucking talking about any of it. Just say what he wanted me to say, the time when she barged in. Oh, okay. All right. So now that I know that, all right. So let's go in here. Yeah. So that was weird, you know. I didn't put the garbage from the kitchen in my room. No, why are you in here? I can't talk about it. Stop talking about it means stop. Which is, I can't talk about my mom, okay, in that house, especially while I'm there. When I live here, that'll be different. I know I told the officer that came here that I wouldn't be able to say anything in his precinct because at that point in time, I didn't know that I'd be staying here, to give the listener some clarity. And you can see, because it's on my account, it's pretty cool that way. You can see the timeline because as soon as I started tweeting, the PD, the chief is who I do. I put up his badge. When I started doing that, it was when I realized, oh, I'm staying here. So I can discuss stuff and things, but now I'm in there. No, Sherlock, it doesn't work like that in the real world, so I know that. I'm going straight to the memorial. I'm going to say a prayer at the Civil War Memorial. We're going to walk and chat, and then I'm going to shut it down, and then I'm going to pick it back up and film another one, okay? Try to clear my head. So, no, I didn't have this in the city of Washington, D.C. I have made it clear pretty much, which it'll be reiterated. Sound like a broken record of what kind of freaking locals, L-O-C-A-L-S, locals, the neighborhood, you get it? I'll put it up in writing. What kind of people were there, dude? That whole apartment building was Albanian Mafia, which I'd seen before. I'm on Staten Island living in New York all those years. But it was like 100 times worse. They do that. They'll move themselves into entire buildings. Like, that's not a surprise if you're familiar with those kind of scumbags. And so they did it in the Capitol, but they're fucking walking distance from Donald Trump. A lot of them were Ukrainian. Yeah, so we'll talk about all that. They used to strut and smirk. They'd strut past with all the bodies billowing out. The stunt, look at me and smirk and stare me down. Anyways, but it wasn't, like I said, it was mostly Americans. The locals were Americans. I'm in America, so we'll talk about that later. But there wasn't anywhere like this to come, okay? And there wasn't even ever going to be a green light saying, go ahead, go for a walk. To walk where with those freaks? Remember that day I did the 5-mile walk to the courthouse? What did I report? I already knew that. So this is not that city. I am in Port Townsend. It's freaking Garden of Eden here. And the police here are rock stars. So I just want to remind the public that I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to say a prayer, honor the soldiers here, and make another one after I've cleared my head.